pull down into and get into the Dela Riva. So we'll start off by just practicing pulling into Dela Riva, and I can come around. We can come around and help you guys if you guys are having difficulty, right? So for Dela Riva guard pull, right, it's less of this and then going down. The way I like to look at it is I'm lowering myself down as my foot's coming up, right? So coming down. Because if I plant my foot there, if I plant my foot and then try to lower myself, my partner knows what I'm doing already, right? So the reaction time, you got more time to mess with my foot versus if I just shoot it straight up as I'm coming down. We're going, put it in. It's a little harder for them to get. Right? I would cup the heel, yeah? Which is a pretty good grip. But as time started to go on, I started to play around with the cuff grip, right? Curling it up. Get a little bit more control. It's not the do-all, end-all, but it's just another option for you to play, yeah? So as I come in, right, drop in, grab it. I'm gonna swing this in. So ideally, you wanna get your foot, the top of your foot, inside his thigh and control him, right? Because if it's too shallow, you're just gonna kick it away and break it off, right? So sometimes I like to play this. Sometimes I like to play the cuff, right? Holding it here. The cuff has a little better control, but there's some benefits to cupping his foot. You can turn his knee out this way, so it makes it harder for him to flare his leg out, because the defense for this is flaring his knee out and breaks the hook, right? But if I have his foot turned in, it makes it a lot harder for him to use that as a defense against me, right? So let's try it just for a little while, just practice the Dela Riva guard pull, and then we can move into the next technique. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Supposed to need to beat your opponent to successfully hit the technique, right? Because if I'm here, right, and then I need to shuffle around and then move towards him and then figure it out, my opponent has time to react, right? So I just want to be in the proper position. It comes with practice, right? It's not going to be something you know from day one, but it comes with practice, right? Understanding the distance, right? How far away do I need to be to get that technique correctly and efficiently, right? So one of the other things that I guess I never stressed about with the Dela Riva is you don't want to be squared with your opponent, because it makes it a little harder for you to pull off some of your techniques. So you're somewhat at an angle. You have to be at an angle with your opponent. If you're too squared up, he's just going to come smash you and your technique's not as effective, right? So I'm going to step through the first sweep that we're going to do, right? So we're going to drop into Dela Riva, lock it up, and then if I can, if he's still holding me, I'm going to look for this, right? So with my right foot, I'm going to push his knee out, but as I'm pushing him back, I'm also using that momentum to lift myself up. I keep my foot on his hip to keep him on his thigh to keep him away. His hand is here. He's not aware of it and he doesn't fight it. Just gonna feed it under his leg. I'm gonna grip it with my other hand. Just grab his lapel and just slowly bring him down. And then roll up on him. Yeah? And I can hold the lapel. He's stuck here till I'm ready to transfer into a more secure position. Yeah? Anticipate me trying to grab his sleeve, right? So that's not available. So we're gonna have to deal with that, right? So come in, drop to the Dela Riva, right, and pull it. I push here, right? He pulls his hand away, right? You can't get it. So I grab whatever's hanging here. His belt, his lapel, whatever, and I grab it here, right? So from here, he's kind of stuck, right? I'm holding his leg here. The leg that's holding his far leg, I bring it in, and I catch his leg here, right? So from here, it's like you're in a single leg position, whatever it takes. He's gonna bring his leg in, just collapse it in, just drive into him, right? And then I secure the catch. And up, goes through, come out, he hides his hand, can't reach that. I dive in here, so I lean forward and then grab it as I'm here. Something his leg out. But if you can't, most times you're gonna bring that leg towards you. Try that leg, attack the knee, come in, secure the pads, yeah. So get the hang of it, right? So instead of the traditional grip like this, I'm gripping it like this, almost like I'm behind it, right? So I'm looking for it like this. It does take a little practice because it's different. I'm gonna use this to set up the sweep, yeah. So from here, drop the Dela Riva, pull him, right? I'm gonna push him away and sit up. So normally I try to do something like this, right? This is the sweep we covered last week. Just feed the hand through, pull him down, right? So say in this scenario, I can't pull him down, right? So he starts to move around, his leg keeps pushed to me, right? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my right foot to his foot and just pull him forward. So dropping his foot, I'm preventing him from posting and just pulling him down. And then just give it. So it's just an option if you, like the guy's super stubborn, you can't feed the hand through, you keep trying, it's like, ah, okay, can't do it. Right, plan B, lock the foot, just pull him down. So again, this bar is the opposite grip. You can fight for the hand, but most high-level players, they're not gonna let you grab that hand once you're on the ground. They know already that you're trying to attack that, right? So again, warm yourself down, hip, come around. So with the Dela Riva, this foot here, best case scenario, you wrap it in, and your foot's on the inside of his hip. So you have extra control. You can hold his foot with your hand, so you can cup, you can grab the pads, you can even turn his knee in a little bit, so it makes it harder for him to get away. Okay. So from here, I like to hold the pads, but it's personal preference, right? So get up, sit up, right? Can't feed. You can even keep it high up on the knee. If your legs are long enough, my legs not long enough. You gotta keep it anywhere from the knee to the foot, pull it down, no post. Maintain this grip so you can activate it. Come in, just get into side control. You got to pick it off. One more time. Then, straight, stop into that ping pong. Here. So, when I lower the foot, this is what I use to get myself off the ground, right? Otherwise, if I have to try to crunch up, it's really hard. So as I'm pushing him and he's moving back, I'm sitting up, right? So I'm still here, can't feed it, he's fighting it. You can drop it to the foot if your leg's long enough, you can hold it there, just pull it down, come down, move up, come down. Any questions? Ready, 1, 2. But it just comes with time, right? You just gotta keep practicing the Dela Riva, practicing. I cannot tell you exactly where to go because everybody's body's just a little bit different. So you gotta have to kind of play with it and practice it, right? So use the standard grip, right? So when I go for the Dela Riva, I make sure that when I move, I'm here, but I'm not. Some people's legs are already up on their other leg, so it makes it hard to do anything. So you need some space here to get your foot in. Your butt should actually be on the ground, and you shouldn't be like up here, because it makes it hard for you to do anything in this position. But that just comes with practice. You gotta understand how far away from where you're falling and where you're placing yourself, yeah? So, I wish I had an answer to tell you exactly how to pull the Dela Riva to get in the correct position. But because our body styles are different, legs are longer, shorter, I mean, you gotta kind of practice it. So, whether you practice it during class, you come in after class, you come drill with your friends or whatever, you need to practice the Dela Riva. It's not like the other guards where it's pretty straightforward. Spider guard, close guard, half guard, pretty straightforward. Dela Riva, it's kind of a tricky positioning guard, but I figured that it's good to expose like some of the guys that are beginners to this guard because you're gonna either play it or someone's gonna play it on you. So you understand how to deal with it and the mechanics of the position. Okay, so I'll show you guys another sweep. It's a little easier this one. Okay? It's a similar thing, right? You pull Dela Riva. I'm gonna get here, right? So this one is basically a technical stand-up. So make sure that he doesn't come in. I grab his collar here, and I just push it backwards as he come up. And pass through. So it's basically a technical stand-up, right? So when you fall, get up, and you come through, technical stand-up. That's basically what this is. But you're doing it from the Dela Riva position. So again, Riva, right? From here, drop. I need to do this quickly, otherwise, once I put my leg down, Eric's gonna come around, right? So I'm gonna drop the front and you sweep the leg back. So the leg that's down sweeps towards me, and the hand pushes him back, so that it kind of bends him in half and pushes him down. Okay? Any questions? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Come into it, right? I'm gonna switch from his right collar to his left collar, or you can actually start here if you want. It's totally up to you, right? So I'm gonna push out a little bit so I can sit up, right? So one of the things that Kai said to get a good, at least to give you an extra second or so, is when you, before you drop his foot, give a quick push so you're off balance, and then come up and sweep it over. So here, right, get ready, I push out as you step, and come over and sweep it back. So just that little push, so they're a little off balance, and then the sweep. You have to feel attack. Okay? Let's go grab some water.
Boom. Trying to take my back. Oh, try. Here, what he did. Okay? Because he's not blocking this. But see how I can't run, right? So that's why I control this leg, so he cannot run this way, right? Control the leg. Now I can't run. I'm gonna want to do this. That's why the double belt grip, pulling immediately down. He loads, kick out, and hold. Okay? Pull. Pull. Come